Inspired by yet another documentary I saw, I learned a lot about Pompeii and was inspired to come see it all for myself. So when I learned that Pompeii was just a short train ride away from Naples, I was more than excited.
So we've made it to Pompeii. The good thing is that the first Sunday of every month, it is free for everybody. So that means that everybody's here. The bad news is that they close it every now and then. So it's 12:30 now. They're not going to reopen the gates again until 2:30. So that means I gotta wait for 2 hours to find something to do. Oh gosh, as I struggle for things to do, I realize that in this glass enclosure behind me, there's a whole bunch of statues and things, people that they're kind of like in a petrified state from the volcano. So it's actually quite cool to see them in their petrified state. It's actually eerie because some people are frozen. It's like they're frozen in time. Like some people are praying, some people are bracing. It's very freaky, very scary, but I mean, very interesting at the same time.
Archaeologist Fiorelli developed a technique that would allow him to retrieve the shape of the human body that once filled the empty cavity in the layers of the ash by injecting plaster. The voyage acted as a mold, and the end product was a plaster cast that recreated the shape of the victims, thus presenting a vivid image of the anguishing last moments of the souls buried in the volcanic debris.
So after 2 hours of waiting, we're finally in. So this is step one, first part. This is the amphitheater of Pompeii.
The amphitheater of Pompeii was built around 70 BC and is the oldest surviving Roman amphitheater. Wow, that's cool. The house of Julia Felix is a large Roman villa here in the ruined city of Pompeii. Julia Felix was a very wealthy property owner who inherited her money from her family. She owned a grand villa that took up an entire block here in the city of Pompeii. The great gymnasium was built at the end of the 1st century BC. Inside the grand gym, skeletons were also discovered, many with personal items including gold, silver, bronze, jewelry, etc.
Now we're walking down one of the back streets here. It's actually quite cool. So we're off to the next spot.
As I walk around, I forget just how big Pompeii was. I mean, it was a major city, about 150 acres. Yeah, listen to me talking like I actually know how big 150 acres really is. Sheesh.
So we're still surviving this heat. It's really hot. Dying. We're on our way to the Grand Theater right now.
But first, we make our way through the smaller theater. The Odeon was a smaller roof theater that sat 1,500 spectators and was built in 80 BC.
Damn, it'd be hot like a bitch out this mother. What the hell is that?
The quadriportic of theaters, also called the Gladiators' Barracks, was a leisure area or shelter from the rain for the spectators of the nearby great and small theaters. Following the 62nd Pompeii earthquake, it was completely restored, expanded, and changed its function into a school for gladiators. How cool is that? The large theater was built into a natural hill in the 2nd century BC. This theater sat roughly 4,000 spectators. Now let's talk history. Pompeii, along with Herculaneum and many villas in the surrounding area, was mostly destroyed and buried under 4 to 6 meters, that's 13 to 20 feet, of volcanic ash and pumice in the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in AD 79. This area, for example, the Roman Forum, would have been Pompeii's public square, reserved primarily for vending of goods. It's like a marketplace. Now, I completely underestimated just how big Pompeii is or was. So please come here early, and if you're really into archaeology, I would even spend the night. Like my friend Heather, she's an archaeologist, she would love this place. And with that, I'm heading back to Naples for pizza. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and share the video. In the comments below, tell me about your visit to Pompeii. How did it make you feel? I know for me, this place made me feel eerie, but completely interesting. In the next video, we'll head over to Sorrento for some limoncello. Cheers.